my friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're new to my channel, I have been on Weight Watchers since August of 2021. I want to get to 135. So I have about almost 15 pounds to go, but I am bound and determined to get there. I always have to make this disclaimer that I am not affiliated to Weight Watchers in any way. They don't know who the heck I am. I am just a regular person, just like you, trying to drop some weight at 66. I am not a nutritionist. I am not a healthcare professional. I know nothing about that. So this is just what works for me. Please share what works for you so other viewers can see. Sometimes what works for one of us doesn't necessarily work for others. I track everything that I eat. I track it on the Weight Watchers app. Today, I'm going to be sharing some of the foods that I have incorporated within the last few weeks or so, probably within the last month, actually, that seem to be really helping me stay on track. I've got a sweet tooth, and sometimes, I just need something sweet, and I was really missing my pasta. And I was eating very small portions because the beauty of Weight Watchers is that we don't have to give up any foods. We don't have to limit ourselves. We don't have to deprive ourselves. And if we could eat what we like, and as long as we track it, we're good to go. Nevertheless, we always want to be mindful. Just because a banana is 0 points, we don't want to eat 10 bananas in a day. And that goes for any food. Really, that is 0 points. We don't want to just eat that food all day long because nevertheless, it still has calories. It might have sugars, just like bananas that are high in sugars. So I might eat 1 or 2 in a week, but if I want to have some fruit, I'll choose berries that are the ones that have the lowest sugar: blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, and strawberries are the ones with the least amount of sugar. So those are some things that I always keep in mind. If you're like me and you have a sweet tooth, let me tell you a little bit of what I've been having. You could take, and everything that I'm going to show you, you could get at your local grocery store. I'm in Florida. I go to Publix, I go to Costco, I go to Sam's, I go to Walmart. It all depends. None of this has to be purchased online. So you could just kind of check the prices in your area. This is like a Cool Whip, and this one is by True Whip. It's by True Whip. This one has 2 tablespoons is 2 points. You could also get the Cool Whip no sugar or 0 sugar. Make sure it's the 0 sugar one. And this one is less. This one is 2 tablespoons for 1 point. I like the taste of this one better, but this one you could have more for less points. And what you can do with this is a couple of things. Here's what I do. If I'm looking for just something small, maybe an after dinner, I just want something sweet, I'll take some instant pudding with the 0 sugar, some chocolate. I like chocolate. Use any flavor you want. Just make sure that it's the instant and the sugar and the 0 sugar. Let's see, what is it? One serving has 1 point. I only use a teaspoon, maybe 2. That's it. Mix it with your Cool Whip or with your True Whip. Blend it up really well, and you have a really nice small dessert. If you do the Cool Whip, you're going to be able to have a little bit more. The other thing that I do is I take these I get them at Walmart. I get the value pack. These are the brownies. They also have the coffee cake ones, and one of them has 2 points. So put it in the microwave for about 10 to 12 seconds, no more than that. Put a little bit of Cool Whip on top, and I've got a really nice dessert for 2 or 3 points. You could also, I like to get this ice cream. This is the Halo Top. This is 300 this one is 300. This one is, they all have different points, so just make sure to check it. This is the sea salt caramel. This is half a cup for 3 points. What I do, yeah, if I want to have half a cup, I do have it. But usually what I do is I heat up my Fiber One brownie. I add a couple of, maybe a tablespoon of the Halo, a teaspoon of the Cool Whip, and then I come in with these. These are 0 points, and I just sprinkle a little bit over it. These are skinny sauces. These have 0 points. I get the dark chocolate espresso, and I get the salted caramel. And I get these at Walmart. It's the only place that I've been able to find it. And I just drizzle a little bit over it. And I have a great dessert for under, I don't know, 3 or 4 points, depending how much ice cream you use, depending how much Cool Whip you use. I use very little, so I just basically keep it at 3 points. I have never, ever, ever liked Greek yogurt. However, I have found this Greek yogurt, Feye, I believe it's how you pronounce it, and this has 0 points. Right, 0 points. Again, it has 90 calories. It is high in protein. It has 19 grams of protein. So it does have a lot of protein. I'm not going to sit down and eat the entire container just because it's 0 points. So I'll have about 3/4 or a cup of the Greek yogurt. And because I really don't like the taste of, and notice that it's the 0% because they have different percentages. So I don't like the taste all by itself. However, I have found these by Skinny Girl. Like this one is the raspberry Bellini. 1 or 2 teaspoons, a tablespoon has 0 points. So I'll take 1 tablespoon and I'll put it in my yogurt and blend it up. Really, really good. So I have a really good dessert. Like if I want an evening snack and I just want something sweet, I put these two together. Something else that you could do with your yogurt is add a little bit of Crystal Light. It's 0 points. I wouldn't add too much. The first time I did it, I made the mistake and I added the entire package and it's just too much. I just take the packet and I just I sprinkle some in, I swirl it around, I taste it, and I add some more if I need to. You can get them in any flavor. I see I belong to some of the Facebook groups, the Weight Watchers. Some of them are public, so I don't talk on there. I just see what they're posting. And some of the ladies have said that they really like with the lemon or with the orange one, and just sprinkle a little bit into a nice snack that is high in protein and that is 0 points. Talking about those Facebook groups, somebody mentioned this in one of the groups, and I thought, yeah, I don't think so. Well, oh my gosh. Also, with the yogurt, take some of the 0% yogurt, take some PB2, hear me out. Take 2 tablespoons of PB2, which is 1 point, and mix in a little bit of water just to get it to the consistency that you like. Then take your yogurt and put it into your blended PB2. Oh my gosh, it is so good. And if you really want to go to town with it, add some of the chocolate. So good. It's like having a peanut butter cup in a cup, and all the only points, the only point is from the PB2, just 1 point. So good. I had some last night and I couldn't believe how delicious it was. For bread, I like to have the Sara Lee 45 calorie. These are only 1 point. There's lots of them. I always take my phone into when I'm doing groceries and I just go to the Weight Watchers app and I scan the barcode and it tells me exactly how many points. So even before it goes in my cart, I know if it's something, okay, is this going to be something that I'm going to have to eat the whole bag? Or is this something that I could contain myself? Yeah, I can contain myself with bread. I could have a slice or 2. And if I make a tuna fish sandwich, for example, instead of using mayonnaise, I usually use yogurt, and I add a little bit of the Skinny Girl dressings and mix that all up. So basically, I have a 2-point lunch that is really good. I love pasta, absolutely love pasta. And I found this pasta. It's al dente carbonata. You can get 2 ounces for 3 points. Am I right on that? 2 ounces for 3 points. Yeah, which I think is really, really good. So I take, and it's done like in 4 minutes. I measure it in my scale, in my food scale. You just boil it for 4 or 5 minutes. They also have this one, the bowl pasta, but this one has more points. So just be careful with it. I think this is 5 points for the 2 ounces, while this is 3 points for the 2 dry ounces. And you could use it in any cooking that you might be doing. I just discovered this. This is from Primal Kitchen, and I really like it. This is no dairy garlic Alfredo. A 1/4 cup is 2 points. I don't even use a 1/4 cup. I use a couple of tablespoons. A really easy dinner that you can make is with the Tyson grilled and ready. This is the oven roasted diced chicken. Make sure it says the oven roasted, because there's another one that has about 3 points. But if you get this one, 3 ounces is 0 points. Take my pasta, my 2 cups. I cook some of this first in the pan. Some of the chicken, I saute it in the pan. Sometimes I add some mushrooms, or I add, or you could add onions. You could add whatever vegetable you want. So once the chicken is already golden, then I add the pasta, and I add a couple of tablespoons of the garlic Alfredo. And basically my dinner is about 3 points. So it's a really low point dinner that you're going to have a good amount of protein due to the chicken, and you're getting that pasta fix. I don't use sugar anymore, and you could certainly use this not only in your cooking, but you could use it in your coffee. You could use it in your yogurt, and it's the Monk fruit blend. When you measure it out, you measure it exactly with the same. It's a ratio of 1-to-1 as sugar. It looks like sugar. It tastes like sugar. There's no aftertaste, and I really, really like this. I have a couple of more suggestions for the chicken. After the chicken is cooked and cooled, you can add it to some coleslaw, or add it to, this is a vegetable slaw, but you can get coleslaw. And I use the poppy seed from Skinny Girl, mix it all together, and put it in the fridge. Add maybe a piece of apple, and it is so good. You have a 0-point lunch that is high in protein, low in calories, and no points at all. If you don't like coleslaw, maybe you want to have like an egg roll minus the breading, you could still use this, the vegetable slaw or the coleslaw. Mix it with the chicken, add a little bit of soy sauce in the pan, and add whatever, if you want some bean sprouts or anything like that, you could add it in there, and it's delicious. Once again, 0 points. I like to get the 2% cottage cheese. Now, the 2% cottage cheese has a couple of points. I forgot to write it down on here, but it does have, like, I think it's 3 points for half a cup. That's what it is, 3 points for half a cup. Of course, you can get the zero fat one. I just personally prefer this one. And again, I just put a teaspoon or 2 of the Skinny Girl, and it's filling, it's high in protein, and it's low in points. If you don't want to add any artificial anything to the yogurt or to the cottage cheese, you could put the teaspoon or 2, whatever, how sweet you want it, of the monk fruit, and add some fresh fruits to it. The last thing that I want to show you that I'm using is the oat flour. And instead of using regular flour, I use this oat flour. And this is a 1/4 cup for 2 points. If I want to thicken a soup, or I want to, whatever you use your regular flour for, you could substitute the oat flour, and it will, and it has less point than any other flours. I lied. There is one more thing that I wanted to show you, and that's the keto breadcrumbs. These are 2/3 of a cup for 1 point. And if you do any breading or anything like that, like for some chicken, you're not going, you could portion out 2/3 of a cup, but on each cutlet or each chicken breast, we're not going to have, we're not going to be eating 2/3 of a cup, where it's only going to be a couple of tablespoons. I just counted in anyway, just to make sure that I've counted all of my points. So those are some of the things that I have been incorporating into my dinners, my lunches, my snacks. Let me know what you've been adding. And do you have any suggestions? I would love to hear from you. If I probably won't see you until probably the new year. So I wish all of you a very, very happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or whatever holiday you celebrate. Thank you so much for all of your support throughout the year. Thank you for always being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget, ladies, follow your passion, whatever it may be. I'll see you next time. Bye.